Do you love silly stories for kids? Why not consider joining our family? You can even get a very special message from one of your favourite silly stories for kids characters. Head over to the website to find out more. It's your support that helps us to continue to make exciting stories and more crazy content.
Did somebody say crazy?
Oh, Pimpin, no. One day, 3 little girls named Amali, Ayla and Sierra were all in their backyard. They were helping their dad work in the garden. They were digging up bulbs and pulling out weeds. They were all working very, very hard. They'd been working for quite a while when all of a sudden Ayla saw something. "What's that fuzzy orange thing over there?" she said to Sierra. "I don't know," said Sierra. Sierra went over and touched it. It began to make a noise. Bzzz. "What's that?" called out Amali from the other side of the backyard. "I don't know." The noise continued to get louder and louder until eventually something popped up out of the ground. "What was that?" said Ayla. "I don't know, but it seems to be fizzing and whizzing into the house." It actually looked like some kind of tiny little man with fuzzy orange hair. The girls chased it inside the house to see what was happening. As soon as they opened the door, they realised that something was terribly wrong because this fizzing and whizzing little thing had started to smash everything inside their house. It zoomed past the kitchen and knocked over everything. It crashed through the windows and put holes in the walls. The girls couldn't believe what was happening. "Quick, catch it," said Amali. All 3 of the girls started chasing this fizzing and whizzing little creature around their house. They chased it upstairs into the bedroom and quickly closed the door. "Hold it closed," said Amali. As Ayla and Sierra tried to hold the door, Amali chased the fizzing and whizzing little creature around the bedroom. It flipped their beds upside down, it knocked over all their toys, and then it got into the wardrobe. "Uh-oh," said Amali. It came out, fizzing and whizzing through all of Amali's clothes, and the clothes were flying around the room everywhere. "Oh dear," said Amali. Ayla got hit in the head with one of Amali's jackets. "Ouch," she said as she fell over. "Hold the door," said Amali, but she wasn't strong enough. The fizzing and whizzing creature zoomed straight out the door. "Quick, chase it," they yelled. They raced out of the room and continued back downstairs. There it was, in the middle of the lounge room, fizzing in midair. "Who are you?" said Amali.
I'm Fizzy Wizzler, said the creature, and I fizz and I whiz and I cause chaos. See?
He fizzed off down the hallway and into their toy room. "I don't even want to look," said Amali. "Me either," said Ayla. Sierra slowly opened the door as they heard the crash, bang inside. They went inside and all their dolls were being thrown around the entire room. They were flying like some kind of tornado. "How do we stop it?" All of a sudden, Amali saw something. "What's that on its shoulder?"
Don't touch that,
it said, and zoomed out the door. "We need to tap it on the shoulder," said Amali. "Okay," said Ayla, "we can do this. All right, let's chase it into the smallest room in the house." So the girls chased and waved their arms, trying to coax it into different areas, until they got it into the smallest room they could think of, and shut the door. All 3 girls were in this room, and they looked around. "We're in the toilet," said Amali. "Uh-oh," said Ayla. "Fizz," said Fizzy Wizzler. "He's covered in toilet water," said Amali. "Uh-oh," said Ayla. "We still need to tap him." All the girls were jumping and trying to catch Fizzy Wizzler, but he bounced off every single wall until eventually Amali dove across from the top of the toilet and tapped him on the shoulder. He dropped to the ground. "Ow," he said. "Now you can't fizz and whiz," said Amali.
No, not until someone touches my head again,
said Fizzy Wizzler. The girls picked him up by the back of his shirt and carried him out. He was only about as big as Amali's hand. He was very, very small, but the mess he had made was very, very big. "What are we going to do?" said Amali as she looked around the room. "We can't fix this." "No," said Ayla. "Mummy and Daddy are going to be so grumpy when they find out."
Well, you could find my brother,
said Fizzy Wizzler. "You have a brother?" said Amali.
"Yeah, His name is Wizzy Fizzler.
What does he do? Said Sierra.
Well, if I fizz and whiz and ruin everything, Wizzy Fizzler whizzes and fizzes until he fixes everything.
Where is he? Said Amali.
I'm not telling where that blue-headed bumpkin is.
Blue, said Ayla. I think I saw some blue out in the garden.
No, said Fizzy Wizzler. It wasn't him.
It must have been, said Ayla. So they raced outside and started looking around the garden. They looked under the branches of trees, they looked under the weeds, and they looked under the flower patch. And in the middle of the flower patch, Ayla could see some blue hair sticking up out of the ground. Should we tap it? Said Amali. I don't see what other choice we have, said Sierra. So Ayla reached down and tapped him on the head. Wizzy Fizzler popped up out of the ground. He looked around.
My brother's been here, hasn't he?
Yes, he has, said Amali.
Don't worry, girls. I can fix this.
Wizzy Fizzler whizzed off into the house. Where did he go? Quick, chase him, said Amali. Make sure he doesn't cause any more trouble. By the time the girls had got back inside, everything in the lounge room was fixed. It's working, said Ayla. They raced upstairs to their bedroom. And when they got there, all the clothes were away and everything was fixed. Hooray, called Sierra. Yay, said Amali. Now we just need to make sure he fixes the toy room. They went back downstairs to where the toy room was, and in there, all the dolls were still flying around like a tornado. They looked, and the tornado slowly stopped, and all the toys landed perfectly back where they should be. Hooray, called the girls. They were so happy. Then Wizzy Fizzler whizzed up to their side.
I think my job is done, he said. Can you tap my shoulder, please?
Okay, said Ayla, as she tapped Wizzy Fizzler on the shoulder. He dropped down to the ground.
Okay, well, you enjoy your afternoon. I hope that you don't see my brother again anytime soon.
Oh, we hope so too, said Amali. And Wizzy Fizzler walked back out the door and jumped back into the garden. That was crazy, said Amali. Absolutely insane, said Sierra. No one will ever believe us, said Ayla. Just then their mummy walked in through the door. Girls, you've cleaned the whole house. The girls looked at each other. Yeah, it was a lot of hard work, and we had to do all kinds of crazy things to get it this clean. Well, thank you so much, said their mum. It looks amazing. And that is the end of the story.
Today's episode has been brought to you by Wizzy Fizzler's Cleaning Wipes, the only wipes that will give you that fizzy, wizzy, fizzly, sparkling clean. Make sure you head over to www.sillystoriesforkids.com to find out more about us and more about the podcast. I hope that you have enjoyed today's show, so make sure you leave a comment down below to let us know if it was any good. We hope that we will see you next time. This is me, Wizzy Fizzler.
And me, Sam. We'll see you soon.